Hello and welcome everyone to this Albion Online Dev Talk. My name is Robin Henkys, I'm the Game Director of Albion Online, and today I want to talk to you about two features which are part of the upcoming Lancelot update. These features are roaming mobs and luxury goods. So what are roaming mobs? Well, with the introduction of the Lancelot update, the mob factions of Albion will become much more active. You will be able to encounter their scouts and minions outside of the regular camps where you find the mob factions. Instead, they will be all over the world. There will be all kinds of different creatures out. You'll have very common, weak opponents, and you'll have the occasional quite strong boss or mini-boss that roams the world. All of them, though, will be balanced in such a way that they are defeatable by solo players or small groups, and their rewards will be balanced so that this roaming the world, looking for these mobs, should be an activity that is, in general, more attractive than playing expeditions if you're willing to risk the open world. So why are we introducing these roaming mobs? Primarily our goal is to get more players into the open world, to make the open world more attractive. Primarily for solo players, the open world has been, somewhat lacking in attractive activities, and we think this introduces one completely new activity to solo players. And by doing that, we hope to also increase the amount of one-on-one PvP, because as you have more solo players in the open world, you will obviously have more encounters between solo players in the open world. In addition, though, we also think this feature adds something for players who usually play in groups, because obviously your friends will not always be online, sometimes you'll be waiting for them, and this gives you an opportunity to just simply venture out from wherever you are in the world and very quickly find a few mobs that you can kill, gather some silver, gain some fame, and then when your friends come online you can very quickly disengage from this activity and join them to do whatever you do, usually play Hellgates, dungeons, or whatever. Roaming mobs also interact with the other feature I want to talk to you about today, which are the luxury goods. Luxury goods are a new type of item we're introducing. There will be 18 of them to start with, which will be divided into separate categories. You will find them dropped from mobs, and each luxury item doesn't have a direct use in-game. Instead, it can be sold to a particular city's market for a fixed silver value. It's important to note that each city will only buy items of a particular category. So an example is we have a luxury good category of ritual items, which only the population of the city of Carlion will buy, whatever they're doing with that. And because of that, these luxury items will need to be transported to their final destination to be worth anything. Each category of item will have items of different values in them. There will be some items which are, again, relatively common and of lower value, but there'll also be some extremely valuable goods that you find. However, transporting these goods will not be quite as easy. The weight of them will be balanced in such a way that fast traveling them is not a good option. Instead, you should be transporting them through the open world with all the risks and difficulties attached to that. So why are we introducing these luxury goods? Well, first off, by dropping these luxury goods, we can vary the reward amount from mobs in a more interesting way. Basically, by sometimes dropping these extremely valuable items, we can have the looting feel like a little bit of a lottery, where you have the chance of getting something really good. And I think that's what a lot of you have asked for in the past. But also, obviously, the fact that they are items opens up a lot of interesting things in a sandbox game. From the very obvious fact that you can be killed while carrying them and someone else can loot them off you, which obviously is a very important aspect of Albion, to the fact that they will play a very interesting role in trade. because a lot of players will not be wanting to transport them to their final destination, which may be very, very far away, to get the full value. You have the opportunity to buy these items off these players much closer to where the players are. So for example, in a different city, you can place a buy order to get this item at a lower price and then transport it to its final destination to sell it there at its full price. All of this will add to the activity in the game world and the trade interactions, the transport needs, which are all things that drive Albion's economy. And obviously it will be very interesting to see what will actually happen when the players drive it, because we never know how exactly this will work out. So roaming mobs and luxury goods were the two features I wanted to talk to you about today. These are just a few of the things coming with the Lancelot update. You can look forward to more videos about more features coming in Lancelot in the coming weeks. That's it for today. Thank you very much and goodbye.